Yeah, I played a bunch of. I actually just finished right before we started the podcast. I played the Triangle Strategy demo. Um, oh man, this game. Um, this game has pacing problems. Real bad pacing problems. So they they give you a battle pretty early on. So Triangle Strategy is a strategy game, kind of like closest thing I can really think of it. It would be like Final Fantasy Tactics back in the day, but updated and stuff like that. They give you a battle pretty early on, uh, where you rescue the princess, and it's kind of funny, um, against some robbers, and then so you go through that, and they're teaching you a bunch of the stuff about how the battle system works, and you're like, okay, cool. It's been about 15 minutes in the game, and then I didn't, I did not make it to the second battle until 2 hours and 40 minutes into the game.
Hmm.
So it's like 2 hours before you get another battle in this game, and that's like the point of the game to me, anyway. There's a ton of talking. There is there is a just a crap load of talking about to and from characters that you really don't know about or care about. They don't really introduce things in a way that will make you care quickly. Like it's just it's just kind of mind boggling. Um, there's really not much gameplay. There's a lot of reading and talking. The voice acting I did not care for. I thought it was pretty bad, pretty stilted all the way through, in English, as far as I heard. So I quickly switched it from English over to Japanese. While I do understand some Japanese, my Japanese is not, perfect. So I was doing a lot of reading, but I was still listening to a lot of the Japanese, which I can read faster than they can talk. So I kind of did that to myself, but I don't know. Like, I don't know. I guess I don't want to turn it off because I want to listen to some kind of the work that they've done, but the English voice acting is not good. So I'm kind of using it as a way to practice my Japanese and stuff like that. But it's still taking a long time. If I did listen to it in English, it would probably take about the same amount of time. Um, oh man, I don't know. Like, but the battle system is good. I did finally get to play some more battles. By the time I ended the demo, I am 5 hours and 18 minutes in, and um, sure, maybe some of that was idle time. Let's say an hour. I don't think it was even close to that. Maybe 15 minutes of idle time of me like letting the Switch run while I go to the bathroom or something, which was just didn't really happen at all. But it did happen some, so whatever. So 5 hours and 18 minutes, played three battles. Each of the battles are about 20 minutes, I would say, maybe a little less or a little more, give or take. But they're good. It's a good battle system. It's complex and interesting. Um, and they haven't even really introduced that many things into it yet. But it's really cool. I've only got a chance to play three of them. There's also stuff to do with, there's like a choice system. So when you are um so like at the end of chapter 2, you have to make a choice. And the thing that they do is they you have to make a choice between going to one place or going to another place. And you have to talk to everybody in your party, and everybody has to vote. And then whatever wins the vote is where you go. So some of the characters want to go over here. Some of the characters want to go over there. One of them was totally indifferent. And then the ones that wanted to go here or there, some of them were really gung ho about it. And some of them were like, I could go either way, but I'd really rather go over here. So you have to talk to each one, and then you have to try to convince them of what you want to do. So this first one, they just give it to you because it's split 50-50, except for the one guy who's totally indifferent. And you can just have him do whichever one you want. But as the game goes on, you should be kind of pigeonholed more into one way or the other. And that is because of your convictions. So your main character, as you go through the game, it says like you'll make different small choices, and it'll say Sarah Noah's convictions are strengthened. So depending on which one you choose, you're like you are, your I don't know, your feelings or your pragmatism or your I don't know, some other trait. I don't really understand the traits completely. Those get strengthened here or there, and then that makes it so you can do other things in the game, but you also are blocked off from certain things, or it makes it more difficult. So that's pretty cool, but they don't do like nearly enough of that. Like that's a really good thing that they could have done pretty constantly to make the story parts of the game more interesting. But man, I don't know. Like, I'm probably still going to buy it because the battle system is really cool, and I think I am past the very lengthy intro of the game. But it,
Yeah, from what I heard, you can the progress you make is supposed to carry over.
yeah,
So that's at least a good reason to go ahead and give it a shot. Uh, but yeah, I also heard that it's from the few people that I've heard play it, it's pretty much just you might as well just stick to one side and of the story. Like, instead of trying to play both ends, just your convictions essentially, just stay the course, pick something and just stick to it.
yeah, yeah. But it's sort of disappointing because whenever the game started to get going, I was like, okay, this game is actually really. That was weird. This game is actually really good. It's just I don't know how that beginning part. I don't know. Like I don't know. Somebody fucked up. Somebody fucked up when they were planning this shit out because to me this demo has actually made me more likely to not buy the game than to buy it. And to me, if I was going to do a demo for a game, which is pretty rare these days, if I was going to do a demo for a game, I would make that first, however long, 2 hours, 5 hours, be kick ass because I would want people to go, this game is fucking awesome. I loved the demo. Can't wait to play the rest of it. I would at least front load the first hour with like, okay, you're getting in, you're playing a bunch of battles. It's, we're going to teach you all this and you're going to have a bunch of fun. And then you're going to maybe get more of the story and maybe slow it down a little bit. But once you get to the end of it, you're going to be like, man, that was really fun. And I want to buy the game. And this has done everything it can to put me off of the game.
They've done this before with this isn't the first time with their demos not being up to par. The art style of this is with, I forget what they're calling it now. It's like a 2D 2.5D or something like that. It's the same art style as Octopath Traveler.
It's it's like a tilt shift lens kind of art going on there.
Yeah, they came out with their own special name for it, and they're going to be trying to do more games, some of the Final Fantasy like remakes or something like that. They're going to be trying to do some stuff like that with it. So I believe Octopath also did not have the greatest demo, if I remember correctly. So but unfortunately, these games are slow burn. Their intros are always really hard. And what they should have done was just made a demo with just battles, just so you can get fun in the battle, and then unrelated, just random battles compared to the actual, but this way they're giving you progress, which is nice.
So,
but honestly, to keep people interested, just make it a few battles and that's it. Just cut it right there.
Yeah, I mean, because the rest of it is like, I can get this, but the battles you can feed to me on the demo and then let me skip the tutorial and jump straight into, awesome fun. But I will say that as I did play more, I did grow to like the characters. Even in the first 5 hours, really haven't gotten that much character play because there's a lot of characters, but all of them seem differentiated and well developed. I think in the party there's three, six, eight. So there's like 8 or 9, and there's room to get more. And it says like, you're gonna have to make choices as to who you actually put in the battles. Um, but the characters that you have and the talking and stuff that they do, it's sort of regular RPG or JRPG, schlock. It's not gonna blow anybody away and win a bunch of writer awards, but it's interesting, and the characters are good. So that's another thing that as it came on, I was like, all right, maybe this game has some hope to it.
All right. So that's all right. I'm gonna move on from there. Hopefully, do you remember when the game comes out?
Next week, March,
Okay,
I think March 4th, something like that.
I couldn't.